Hello, I'm Kimberly, and welcome to the weekend edition of the Native News Update. It's Friday, May 31st. Many of the stories you hear here can be found at IndianCountryTV.com. And here's the news for the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. Athabascan elder Katie John of Mantasca Lake passed away May 31st at the Alaska Native Medical Center in Anchorage. John, estimated to be 98 years old, was the lead plaintiff in a well-known 1985 lawsuit that strengthened Native subsistence fishing rights in Alaska. The case involved a long-abandoned fish camp, now part of St. Ellis National Park and Preserve. Subsistence fishing was closed there in 1964. 20 years later, John and another elder, Doris Charles, asked the Alaska Board of Fisheries to allow them to fish at the old site and were turned down. Colorado-based Native American Rights Fund sued on their behalf, and the case became one of the most important chapters in the history of subsistence rights in Alaska. The case was decided in John's favor in 1994, though appeals and other legal actions continued for several years. In 2011, John received an honorary Doctor of Law degree from the University of Alaska Fairbanks. It was bestowed in recognition of her advocacy for Indigenous rights and her ongoing efforts as a teacher of culture and language. The Shakopee Mdewakanton Sioux community play a key role in the next proposed expansion of the Mall of America. The tribe confirmed that it is in talks with the Mall of America and Mortensen Development to finance a new luxury hotel planned for the north side of the Bloomington, Minnesota Mall. The Mall of America is planning to include a hotel with about 330 rooms and an expansion expected to break ground this fall. Plans call for an additional 150,000 square feet of retail space, a welcome center for international visitors, new dining options, an atrium event center, and other features. The expansion is expected to cost about $230 million. Mall of America officials said such an investment would be an extension of their current business relationship, for the tribe has had a Mystic Lake store at the mall since 2001. Construction of the Southern Parkway has uncovered prehistoric Native American ruins, one of which is the oldest site ever investigated in southwest Utah. Utah Department of Transportation archaeologists discovered more than they expected during excavations of land surrounding an 8-mile stretch of planned roadway. Hundreds of arrowheads, pottery, and fossils are now being analyzed to see what they can tell about ancient Anasazi culture. Crews uncovered 15 different sites, including many pit houses, with one dig which uncovered arrowheads dating back to 10,000 BC. Archaeologists were able to date the arrowheads with carbon dating technology. The department said they anticipated finding Native American artifacts and worked with local historical societies and Native American tribes, but they never know what they'll find until they start digging. The artifacts that were found will be housed at the University of Utah's Natural Science Museum. Aaron Payment, the chairman of the Sault Ste. Marie Tribe of Chippewa Indians, has been appointed to a federal panel that deals with American Indian health issues. Payment was chosen for one of 5 national at-large representative seats on the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Tribal Advisory Committee. He says the panel advances a government-to-government relationship between the department and tribal governments. Disney has announced that ticket sales for the world premiere of The Lone Ranger will benefit the American Indian College Fund. The event will take place June 22nd at Disney California Adventure Park in Anaheim, and tickets will go for $1,000 each. Because Disney is also underwriting the entire cost of the premiere, 100% of the revenues received by the American Indian College Fund for the tickets will be used for scholarships and other support for Native American students. And that's another roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. I'd like to thank you for joining me, and have a grand day.